Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. Today into a new episode about expat expectations. So what is today's topic? Today is a very hot topic, so the Italian bureaucracy. Alright, so in this video I don't want to scare anyone because I see pros and cons, so I see bad things. Let's start from the negative, from the bad things, but at the same time I also see some good things. For example, for a personal experience, as a personal experience, I cannot say, for example, that everything is so bad or that negative. But so let's start from this post that I found in the group Expats Living in Italy, which I highly recommend anyway to join. And let's read the post and let's see, just one second here. Okay, let me set up everything correctly. Let's read the post. Hello, we are moving to Umbria in April, so very soon they are moving to Umbria. And we are in the process of acquainting ourselves with the world of Italian bureaucracy. Already, and she says, I'm already struggling, because she's not in Italy, and she's trying to understand anyway the Italian bureaucracy, and she's already struggling. Can anyone offer advice on whether it's worth hiring a relocation specialist to help with all this? And if so, how expensive it is? Now, this is a very important point that I will say straight away as soon as I'm finishing to read the post. We are moving from Mauritius, so this couple, it's a couple, they are in Mauritius Islands, where we have been for 2 years. I'm an English journalist, my husband is a German helicopter pilot, and we have a 2-year-old son, so they are two professionals. I guess they're also wealthy. Anyway, everything from the logistic or shipping our belongings to the order in which we apply for residency. So the husband is an EU citizen, she is British, she is not. Is baffling her brain. So the thing that she's not an EU citizen, and this obviously, let's read. We do at least have a long-term rental lineup, deposit paid, and are planning to get our codice fiscale from the Italian consulate, but beyond that, are we in for a hellish ride that I need help with, or do I need to stop being pathetic and forge ahead alone? Very interesting post. Many thanks for any pointers. So, first of all, I want to say one thing very important. Now, I had to go because I've relocated from Ireland to Italy after 17 years, and my wife not being an EU citizen. So anyway, I had to go through many bureaucratic steps. And so, what do I want to say? That, anyway, because I'm Italian, I took the decision to not hire anyone, for example, and say, okay, I will go through all the things that I need to, all the steps, all the difficulties, all the information that I need, anyway, everything by myself, because anyway, I'm Italian, and I should be able, and I should have been able to provide everything, even if I've been lucky. Let's say things didn't go wrong to me, but I was also kind of naive from many point of view. But then step by step, but this is a normal process for any person who wants to relocate, for example. Anyway, in any country you might find difficulties. Anyway, me as an Italian, I decided to not hire anyone. But what if I'm not Italian? If I'm not Italian and I'm not speaking in Italian, I'd say I would try to hire someone reliable. Now, many people are offering services, but to be honest, I don't know who is reliable and who is not. But let's say that As a not Italian, I would have hired someone in case I wanted to relocate to Italy. So this was my first, let's say, consideration. And so then so basically I would recommend to hire someone, because then should I ask for help or not? That's her final question. According to me, yes, better too, in particular because they have a child who is not registered as an EU citizen, even if the father is German. So let's read the comments under the post, because some are very interesting. So check out Smart Move and get a quote. So there is this company called Smart Move. They might help, for example. Now I will mention few because they're all recommended under the comments. But personally, anyway, I don't know, I cannot guarantee you if they are, but if someone, for example, is advertising and promoting, but then we should understand if he's promoting this service, is a scammer itself, or is a person, genuine person. So, anyway, let's read one comment. Italian bureaucracy is stressful. Indeed, as it's hard, Italian bureaucracy is stressful indeed, as it's hard also sometimes to find the information, and when you do, it's not an easy process, but then once you got everything, it's straightforward. So, but then once you are in, you get everything, and it's quite straightforward. Forward. If you're stressing already, Italy might not be the best destination for you. Yeah, she wrote in the post anyway that she's already dreadful. So I'd say basically if you start worrying even before, I'd say Italy might not be the country. I agree with this comment. Joke apart, you need to learn patience. So you have to be patient in Italy, absolutely. Italy is beautiful, but sadly not like UK or Germany when it comes to administration stuff. Totally agree. I have a 4-year-old child and was told to pay the school fees in December for his admission next year. Sent an email in December, they told me first week of January. Then again, get in touch in January, they told me February. I will send an email today to see. Just go step by step. This group is amazing, lots of help and support, which you'll notice soon. Just think about the weather, food and wine, or Aperol spritz, and think all the stress is worth it. So I like the end of this post, so because she's saying, this person is saying, listen, don't care too much, don't go stressed. I would recommend to anyone who wants to relocate to Italy to not get even if bureaucracy is a nightmare, don't get stressed before, because in the end there is always a solution. The fantastic thing is that in Italy, and this I want to be very positive, is that there is always a solution, always. Even for me, for example, I went yesterday for the practice of my driving license, for the papers of my driving license, which I was still driving with my Irish one. But then anyway, as soon as I came to Italy, the first thing I've done, I went to a few institutions and say, listen, can I drive with this driving license? Nobody told me that I should have swapped back to the Italian. Nobody. Ah, no, you're fine, it's an EU driving license, it's an EU driving license, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Inside of me I knew it wasn't fine. Sorry if I'm laughing. Anyway, I'm glad that last week, 2 weeks ago, I find out I went to a professional who told me, listen Antonio, no. You have 1 year time to swap your driving license from Irish to the Italian, so now I started the procedure and now I'm much more relaxed, because inside of me I knew that there was... Now, I never been stopped driving, for example, for the last 10 months, I never been stopped by the police, so no one ever told me, Antonio, your driving license is fine, your driving license is not. So, okay, let's keep reading the following comments. So, this is another interesting comment. My Italian mother-in-law has been helping me. So, she's married with an Italian and her mother-in-law helped her, she's been helping me, and even after working for the Italian pension department for 42 years, The bureaucracy has frustrated her to tears, and at least at least once, and anger several times. Sorry if I'm laughing, because this Italian mother-in-law, anyway, working in the Italian bureaucracy system, pension department for 42 years, she got lost. But you see, even if you get lost at one stage in Italy, the fantastic thing is that there is always another way from behind to sort the things. So don't worry too much. Then, in the worst scenario, you pay and you sort everything. Not even crazy money. Pay what you have to pay. Someone is laughing at this comment and say, this sounds absolutely dreadful. I can't wait. And okay, then who wrote this comment replied, I've been waiting for my permesso di soggiorno for over a year. I applied in March, appointment the beginning of October. They called us in 2 weeks ago because we hadn't paid an additional €50. Paying these bits and bobs here. I like this expression, bits and bobs. And going to the questura can take all day if you're not in the line by 5 AM. We got there at 9 and over 1,000 people were in line. Now, I was kind of lucky when I went to this institution because I didn't find 1,000 people in the queue, and technically things were nicely going. It is difficult to be thankful that she has skipped the line. Anyway, she could have skipped the line for medical reason, but it is one thing that helps. And they said some days more before I get the permesso. Anyway, so this person is waiting for permesso di soggiorno. Seems like applied, when did she apply? In March, and I don't know which year, if she applied in March 2024 and got the appointment in the beginning of October. Anyway, it might take a lot of time. I was kind of lucky from this point of view, so I cannot complain. Basically, personally, but not because I'm Italian, things went smooth everywhere, kind of in all the institutions that I've been dealing with. I always find nice people, they always treat me well, so I cannot complain at all from this point of view. Then someone say, oh my God, Lord, my good Lord, this is terrible. And anyway, thanks for your comment. Someone said, for example, now back to this advertising, we had a relocation service, someone who does it for a living, and they also struggle and hit hiccups. The system literally changes the rules office to office. Yes, this is another thing, you know, in Italy you might go into an office and they tell you one thing, then you go to another one and they tell you another thing, so try to stay always in between, you know, the two things. Then obviously, me personally, I always not only check once, I don't even check twice, I'm happy when I check 3 times, because, but for example with the driving license I've been a bit naive, because I check only twice. Well, I should have checked 3 times, but anyway, thankfully I got it anyway, this problem solved. Okay, the best way in Italy is to do it in person if you can, obviously, but this for me if you speak Italian, because if you don't speak Italian, to go through institutions, obviously these work mostly at a local level. Phone or go into an office, I would never recommend to call. Call just for basic information, but then go always in presence. I mean, go always queue, be patient. Anyway, patience is very, very important in Italy. If you're not patient enough, this country is not for you, and you cannot take of all the beauties that is offering. But you must be extremely patient. Phone or go into an office, sometimes more than once. True, go often. Ask people you know locally to help, for example. But again, this is it's about your Italian, if you speak a bit of Italian, and keep records of what you have done for the next time. Yes, it's very important to keep records. Just expect it to be long, incomprehensible, and frustrating. Oh, I hope you're gonna laugh with me, because I like when I read these comments. So, expect it to be long, expect to be long, you know, to wait for a long time, to be incomprehensible to you, some dynamics, absolutely right, and frustrating, totally agree, sometimes it can be very frustrating. Sometimes you will win, but not always. Oh gosh, okay, let's keep reading another comment. I think it's a kind of another advertising. Hi, moving in can be quite stressful because Italian administration and bureaucracy are crazy, complicated, and long sometimes. I'm Italian and I lived many years abroad, so like me. When I moved back, I struggled myself to renew documents, residency, and so on, even in Italian. So it's nothing crazy, you know, it's not like, oh, only expats or foreigners are facing this problem. No. Then anyway, she's promoting, I can help you with local services and some administrative tasks once you'll be in Umbria. She has a small business called Expats Helper. Anyway, so there is a website, looks reliable. Anyway, she is in Umbria, she works probably with the Umbria region. Anyway, this is another way, for example, not in my case, because about law, legal advice, I don't know much. I wish I knew that I could help people, you know, to sort papers here and there, but because I would open this type of business as well. I mean, if an Italian is smart and speaks a bit of English, let's say not the best English on the planet, but enough to understand who is coming, the expat, and then dealing with institutions in Italian, that would be great. But for an entire relocation plan, I suggest you contact some specialized companies. Like, for example, this one that is running this group is a specialized company, expats living in Rome, and I think they provide, because by the amount of members, so they have 130,000 members in this group, I'd say, and is run by this business. For me, they are able to provide the service. I would have contact. For example, if I'm not Italian and I want to come to live in Italy, because I love Italy, because I love, for many reasons, I would have contact one company, to be honest. At least to have some basic information in the beginning, and then see if I can provide myself or not, but with someone who is speaking in English and can redirect me properly where to go. So, I mean, for friendship, okay, another advertising, www.italysimplied.com. Okay, so then another advertising, happy to assist relocating you personal goods. Someone is doing transportation, and then she's asking, but I'm in Mauritius Island, anyway, can you do transportation from Mauritius Island? I don't know, anyway, for example, personally, I don't remember the service that I used to do my transportation from Ireland. It's a pity. I had a very extremely good service. They made a pallet for me. Okay, I spent a good amount of money to bring from Ireland to Italy. I think it was a bit under 2,000 euro to move all my goods, but anyway, I should have rented maybe a van, put all the things and driving. It would have cost maybe a tiny bit less, but I was happy with this service anyway. Then, there is another interesting comment. I moved my family to Umbria in 2000, so near 25 years, and I'm still in awe of the Italian bureaucracy. So she still goes mad when we talk about the Italian bureaucracy after 25 years that relocated to Italy. Wow, that's amazing. But it's the same for me. Again, if there's something I have to do, okay, try to start from somewhere and then step by step. So now someone say he can apply for residency at the local comune once you have moved, so at the local council because he's German. Then as his wife you should be able to apply for your temporary residency at the questura. Have you already registered your son as an EU citizen, for example, because this could be an hassle. This would save you a ton of worry and stress. Overall, you will have to rely on his EU citizenship a lot for the foreseeable future. Obviously, consult official channels to confirm this advice. Yes, anyway, I think when it's about bureaucracy, again, I'd say it's important to contact someone who is aware of this dynamic. Yes, see if he's entitled to German citizen. Yes, see if he's entitled to the German citizenship. Also, make sure your husband. Okay, sorry, I skipped one comment. Think this is really handy. My biggest concern is that we get our son into the local nursery and no, we haven't registered him yet as an EU. He was born in England and then we lived in Iceland, so he hasn't yet been to the EU, but should be top priority for sure. And then see if he's entitled to German citizenship. Also make sure your husband has evidence of secure income. Yes, that's extremely important to prove anyway your financial situation when you go to the institution for citizenship. Don't stress about nursery until you get settled, as you will need your son residencies first anyway. Absolutely agree. Why you worry about nursery? I mean, you'll do that when you are here, when you are in loco, in presence. Then, good luck. Someone say, I think it's Italian, this one saying, good luck, hire somebody to help you if you can afford it. Italian bureaucracy is the worst. Again. Takes months or years to get a simple thing done. No, I disagree. And they're never in a hurry. Always taken forever. Not true. I found it personally quite efficient. They never help, they never know, or they want you to know how to do their job. They never help, they never know, or they want you to know how to do their job. Or they want 20 different types of signatures, and then you maybe only need one. And it better be perfect and in the right shade of black with a stamp on it, or they will tell you to go back, but they don't explain you why. And most of the time, they are so rude. I feel sick just thinking about it. Probably she went through, but I don't know. I partially disagree with this comment. Anyway, you can register your residency at the city hall when you move into your home. You need to ask your landlord first, I think. I can't remember, but yes, you have to contact the landlord if you're renting, because you need to have a proof of residency, so you need a contract. Once you have the contract, then you can go to the council, but they have to verify the address is correct and true. They will come and check. Yeah, usually there is a local police that is coming to knock the door. It happened to me anyway, when I asked for the residency here. Basically after 4 days, they came, they knocked the door to check if me and my wife, we were living here. Yeah. If you want to enroll your kid into the public school system, when he turns 3, he can go to the school in your area, can't go to any school. So the residenza is important because it shows where he can go to school. If you can get this done as soon as possible, you will solve a lot of other issues that may show up later. True. Totally agree. So let me read now one of the last comment. Hello, I wish I'd found this group before we moved to Tuscany from London. Again, this group I consider very helpful. I'm not paid to promote, to say that they're doing good, because I don't care if someone is doing well, deserves to be promoted. I'm an Italian citizen and my husband is English. He got a visa, which is a family visa for a year, while he sorted out his permesso di soggiorno. Now this I don't understand, because if he sorted his visa Why does he need permesso di soggiorno? I don't understand. I mean, visa is the Italian for, is the English for the Italian permesso di soggiorno. Anyway, bureaucracy is really tough here, but we gotta get used to it. So, laughing. Again, I don't deny that it's a nightmare. Nightmare bureaucracy, I would call it. But again, the advantage is that even if you're mistaking something, there is always another way to sort and recover. You will never have the door banged on your face and say, get out of here. That, believe me, it will never happen. It will always find a way to sort your things. Maybe it may take longer anyway, but we'll always, I'm sure of this, not 100%, but 99.9%, that you will never, no one will ever tell you, get out of here. Nobody. Bureaucracy is really tough, we gotta get used to, okay, send me a DM if you want. So someone said, I message you on Instagram, I offer relocation support, I live in Bergamo, and so on. Okay, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Expat Expectations, and so I'll see you here on Italy A Place to Love YouTube channel for my next video. And so I wish you a lovely day, and see you soon here on Italy A Place to Love YouTube channel.